Happiness is one of the most universal desires of the human heart, yet it often feels like an elusive treasure that hides just when we think we have found it. We chase it in achievements, possessions, relationships, and recognition. But again and again, we realize that happiness is not a single destination. It is a way of traveling, a mindset to cultivate, a practice to live each day. To become happy is not to wait for a perfect moment in life, but to create it in the present. This journey begins with understanding that happiness is an inside job. No amount of wealth, status, or external validation can substitute for inner peace and a heart full of gratitude. True happiness does not arrive when all problems disappear. It blooms when you learn to grow despite those problems. Life will always have challenges, but the art of happiness is learning to dance in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. To cultivate happiness, the first step is self-awareness. You must pause and look inward. Who are you beneath the expectations of society, beneath the masks you wear to please others? Too often we live our lives on autopilot, chasing goals that are not even our own. Perhaps you were told that success means a high-paying job, a big house, or an impressive title, and you have worked tirelessly toward those things. Yet you may feel an emptiness that you cannot explain. Happiness begins when you dare to question what truly matters to you. It asks you to separate your authentic desires from the noise of the world. Self-awareness means listening to your inner voice, the quiet whisper that tells you what gives you energy and what drains you. It is the courage to admit what you really want and the strength to pursue it. Only when you know yourself can you build a life that resonates with your heart. Gratitude is the next powerful key. The human mind often focuses on what is missing, what has gone wrong, or what we wish we had. But happiness grows when we focus on what is already present and beautiful in our lives. Begin each day by noticing 3 things you are thankful for: a warm bed, a friend who listens, the miracle of breathing. These simple acknowledgments shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude does not mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to see that even in difficulty, there are moments of light. When you practice gratitude, you train your brain to look for the good, and this habit transforms your entire outlook. The more you appreciate, the more life seems to give you reasons to be joyful. Equally important is nurturing meaningful relationships. Happiness thrives in connection. We are wired to belong, to love, and to be loved. Spend time with people who uplift you, who celebrate your victories and support you in your struggles. Give without expecting anything in return, and you will discover a deeper joy than any material possession can bring. Sometimes happiness means letting go of toxic relationships that drain your spirit, even when it is difficult. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to be your best self, who challenge you to grow and remind you of your worth. In giving love and receiving it, in listening and being heard, we find one of the richest sources of lasting happiness. Another pillar of happiness is purpose. Life without meaning can feel empty, even if it is filled with comfort and luxury. Purpose is not always about a grand mission to change the world. It can be found in the quiet devotion to your work, the care you give your family, the creativity you bring to a small project, or the kindness you show to strangers. When you dedicate yourself to something bigger than your own immediate pleasure, you awaken a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond temporary moods. To find your purpose, notice the activities that make you lose track of time, the causes that ignite your passion, the ways you can contribute to the well-being of others. When your daily actions align with your values, happiness becomes a natural byproduct. Happiness also requires self-care and a healthy lifestyle. Our mind and body are intimately connected. Neglecting one will inevitably affect the other. Nourish your body with wholesome food, move it regularly, and give it the rest it deserves. Physical activity releases endorphins that naturally elevate your mood, while quality sleep restores your mental clarity. But self-care is more than just physical health. It includes setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and giving yourself permission to rest and recharge. In a world that glorifies busyness, self-care is an act of courage. Remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is the foundation that allows you to show up fully for others. Equally vital is mastering your mindset. Life will present hardships, disappointments, and unexpected turns. Happiness does not come from avoiding these experiences, but from how you respond to them. Cultivate resilience by viewing challenges as opportunities to learn. When something goes wrong, instead of asking, "Why me?" try asking, "What can this teach me?" This shift in perspective turns setbacks into stepping stones. Practice positive self-talk and be kind to yourself when you fail. You are human, and imperfection is part of the journey. By choosing a growth mindset, you free yourself from the fear of failure and open the door to continuous joy and discovery. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for happiness. Our minds often dwell on the past or worry about the future, robbing us of the present moment. Yet happiness can only be experienced now. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention without judgment to what is happening here and now. Whether it is the sound of birds outside, the sensation of your breath, or the taste of your morning tea. Through mindfulness, you learn to fully experience life instead of rushing through it. This presence creates space for peace and contentment to flourish. Simple practices such as meditation, slow walks, or even mindful eating can deepen your appreciation of each moment.
Generosity and service to others create a profound sense of happiness. When you give your time, energy, or resources to help someone else, you experience what psychologists call the helper's high. Acts of kindness, whether big or small, remind you that you are part of something larger than yourself. Volunteer, mentor, donate, or simply offer a listening ear to someone in need. Happiness grows when you contribute to the happiness of others. You will find that the joy you create for others circles back to you in unexpected ways, enriching your own life beyond measure. To become happy, you must also make peace with the past. Carrying resentment or regret is like holding on to heavy stones. It weighs down your spirit and blocks joy. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone else's wrongdoing. It is about freeing yourself from the prison of anger. Let go of what you cannot change and focus on what you can create now. Likewise, forgive yourself for mistakes. Every experience, even painful ones, can be a teacher. When you release the past, you open your heart to the possibility of happiness in the present. Another important lesson is to embrace simplicity. Modern life often pressures us to accumulate more possessions, more achievements, more recognition. But happiness often lives in less, not more. Simplify your surroundings and your schedule. Focus on experiences rather than things. A quiet evening with loved ones, a walk in nature, or a heartfelt conversation can bring more joy than any expensive purchase. When you declutter your life, you make room for what truly matters. Moreover, happiness is nourished by continuous learning and curiosity. Stay open to new experiences, ideas, and perspectives. Learn a new skill. Read books that challenge your thinking. Travel to places that broaden your horizons. Curiosity keeps the mind alive and the spirit young. Growth brings a sense of accomplishment and wonder that fuels happiness. Even small acts of learning, such as trying a new recipe or picking up a few words in a foreign language, can spark joy. Happiness also involves aligning with your core values. Identify what principles matter most to you: honesty, compassion, creativity, freedom, and let these guide your choices. When your actions reflect your deepest values, you experience inner harmony. Decisions become
At the same time, remember that happiness is not a constant state of euphoria. It is normal to experience sadness, frustration, or disappointment. These emotions are part of being human. Happiness does not mean ignoring pain, but embracing the full spectrum of emotions with compassion. When you allow yourself to feel without judgment, you create space for healing and growth. Paradoxically, accepting sadness can deepen your capacity for joy because you learn to appreciate the light after walking through the dark. Another dimension of happiness is creativity and self-expression. Humans are naturally creative beings, whether through art, music, writing, gardening, or problem-solving. Creative activities allow you to express your inner world and transform your feelings into something beautiful. You do not need to be a professional artist to benefit from creativity. Painting a picture, writing a journal entry, or even rearranging a room can bring satisfaction and a sense of flow. When you create, you tap into a deep source of happiness that comes from within. Your environment also plays a role. Spend time in nature, where the beauty of the earth can restore your spirit. Research shows that even a short walk in a park can reduce stress and improve mood. Surround yourself with spaces that inspire calm and joy, whether it is a clean, cozy home or a favorite spot by the ocean. Your surroundings influence your emotions more than you might realize, so choose environments that nourish your well-being. Financial well-being contributes to happiness, but not in the way many imagine. Studies reveal that after basic needs are met, food, shelter, security, more money does not necessarily mean more happiness. Instead, how you use money matters. Spending on experiences like travel or shared meals tends to bring more lasting joy than buying material goods. Using money to help others also enhances happiness. Therefore, rather than chasing wealth for its own sake, focus on financial habits that provide stability and allow you to live according to your values. Equally, cultivating patience and acceptance is crucial. Happiness often fades when we resist what is. Life unfolds in ways we cannot control. When we fight against reality, we create suffering. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means acknowledging what is happening without unnecessary struggle. Patience allows you to trust the process, to believe that things will unfold in their own time. This quiet confidence brings peace, which is the soil in which happiness grows. On your journey to happiness, remember the importance of play and laughter. Adults often forget the simple joy of play, thinking it is only for children. Yet laughter and play refresh the soul and strengthen relationships. Watch a funny movie, play a game, dance without caring who is watching. These moments of lightheartedness remind you not to take life too seriously. Laughter releases stress and fills your heart with spontaneous joy. Spirituality, in whatever form it resonates with you, can also be a profound source of happiness. Whether through prayer, meditation, or a sense of connection to something greater than yourself, spirituality provides meaning and comfort. It reminds you that you are part of a vast and mysterious universe, and this perspective can bring both humility and joy. For some, spirituality is found in religion. For others, it is experienced in nature, art, or a deep sense of interconnectedness. Whatever your path, nurturing your spirit helps anchor happiness beyond the fluctuations of daily life. In addition, practicing kindness toward yourself is essential. Many people are their own harshest critics, speaking to themselves in ways they would never speak to a friend. Happiness grows when you replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same understanding and care you would offer someone you love. When you stumble, remind yourself that mistakes are part of learning. Self-compassion frees you from the chains of perfectionism and allows you to enjoy the journey rather than constantly judging it. Happiness also involves courage. The courage to live authentically, to pursue dreams even when they scare you, to step outside your comfort zone. Fear often whispers that you should play it safe, that failure would be too painful. But growth and happiness lie beyond fear. Each time you take a risk, you expand your sense of what is possible and discover new strengths. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite it. Finally, remember that happiness is a lifelong practice, not a final achievement. You will have days when joy feels effortless and days when it seems distant. That is natural. The key is to keep showing up for your own life, to nurture gratitude, connection, purpose, and presence again and again. Over time, these habits create a resilient happiness that no external circumstance can take away. Happiness is not about reaching a perfect state, but about embracing the imperfect beauty of life itself. So, as you walk this journey, carry this truth in your heart. Happiness is not somewhere out there. It is here, now, waiting to be cultivated through awareness, gratitude, purpose, love, and courage. Every small choice, to be kind, to be present, to appreciate, to create, to forgive, plants a seed of joy. And as you nurture those seeds day by day, you will watch them grow into a garden of happiness that will sustain you through every season of life.